Hello, everybody. It is an awesome Wednesday. Your girl Nadia is here smiling and excited.
Yes, she is.
Welcome to What's on Your Shelf with Stokes and Matthews Media. I am here with my better half in business, Miss Nicole Stokes.
How you doing, Nadia?
And I'm awesome.
I can tell. Like, you're glowing.
I know.
I know your cheeks hurt from
I'm
all this
telling
smiling.
you, all this smiling. Let me tell you, I am going to, and I can't do it right now, you guys, but I am going to post up. Have you read Bedtime Therapy yet?
I have not, but I have seen the cover.
You have to get it.
Okay.
You're going to love it. It's awesome. It's the cover has my husband and I on it with his gorgeous, shout out to Lee Matthews. Whoop, whoop. I'm going to post on Lee's page. I'm going to post on just all about Lee this today. I'm going to post on Roy's page an excerpt from that book.
Oh,
and we're going to call.
I did read the excerpt.
You did? You
yes,
did.
I did read an excerpt.
We're going to call today, Why Not Get Some Wednesday.
OMG, Nadia.
I'm saying.
We're going to start controversy on this show.
I'm just saying, why not? So I'm going to post that up.
Hump day. Why not?
Hump day. What? That's awesome. So yes, my husband has been gone for like 9 days.
Right.
And I've read a lot of books in 9 days.
You have?
Yes, because he's only normally gone about 5.
Gotcha.
And he came home last night about 4 o'clock. So I'm smiling. It's nothing but
what are you reading?
Cheddar cheese and smiles over here, buddy. Okay, but enough about that. Let's talk about what I am reading. There are some great books. I'm reading 2 books. Well, I'm listening to them on audio. I'm reading Tim Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Work Week. And I'm reading the revised, updated one. And it really made me take a look at how I'm operating in life and in business. And I am an emotional person. I'm sure you can tell. And I like to talk a lot. Okay, great. And so I find myself when I'm doing consultations and things like that, I'm on the phone for hours. I'm crying with people and stuff.
No, ma'am. No, sir.
Yes. And Tim Ferriss talks about that. Yes. He's like, you are wasting time. You are wasting time.
15 minutes. Yeah. That is all you get.
That is hard.
Especially for the free price.
For
the price of free, 15 minutes. Get it all in. I'm going to tell you who I am. You're going to tell me who you are. And then I'm going to explain to you how I can help you. If we can't get it past that, you have to sign up for a more comprehensive consultation at a price.
Listen, and I'm the one that you do just so you know, when you are going to Stokes and Matthews Media, you have a book or a project or a media event that you need us for. I'm going to probably be the first person that you talk to. And I am literally like stopping myself on the phone. The first couple were hours. My 15-minute consultation was like an hour. Then I'm doing better now. Now I'm up to like 19 minutes.
Right. We're going to shave off the other 4 in a second.
But Tim Ferriss talks about that in the book. So if you need a lot of help with managing your time, managing your business, being more profitable, they talk about the 80-20 rule, which is, we've been talking about that for ever. And are you familiar with that?
Business sense, though.
Okay, so then 20% of your clientele impacts 80% of your business.
Okay.
So then there's a lot of stuff you don't really need. You can get rid of some people that are not effective. You can stop having these conversations that are not producing anything.
Yeah.
I really need to stop having conversations that are producing.
I think, and not to be blunt, but when it comes down to business, you just have to get to the point.
Yes.
Like, I need to know when you go, let's bring it back to home. If you're going to Walmart or Target or any of these places, you know what you're specifically going in there for.
Right.
You know you're going to buy some milk. You know you're going to buy some shoes. You know you're going to buy that kind of stuff. You need to look at your business as the same platform. Are these people really coming to get their book published?
That's good.
Or do they just need a dumping ground?
That's good.
And a dumping ground is fine because I know sometimes we have to work through things.
Yes.
But we have set up a system for people to work through things, and that's called vision coaching.
Yes.
And if you need manuscript coaching and things of that nature, that's something different. But to try to fit all that into a 15-minute session isn't going to happen, and it's unrealistic. And I think when we're serious about keeping at that timeline, other people become serious about what they really want to offer to the world, because we have to get their stories to a concise place in order to present them, and then it forces people to get serious about their work.
Yes.
And I think that's a missing factor in a lot of like service-oriented companies and businesses. Like, we don't know how to, because a product is so easy. You're like, this is $15.99, take it or leave it.
Right.
But with service, you kind of got to get into the emotions of the thing. You got to kind of feel people out. You kind of got to, but at the same time, I think it's important to have some type of system or structure in place to guide people, because they really don't know. They come to you for help and they really need guidance. And if you're like, just lay your burdens down here,
which is Nadia all day,
they are going to lay their burdens down.
And I'm done with that life.
Right. And I only can speak of that because I have experience in that. I did about 3 years in a service oriented job where people were like, well, Nicole, what do you think? And just picking my brain for free, and I'm giving them $1 million ideas. And what I found is, when you give $1 million ideas, they leave you out of the equation and go do what you said.
Yes, and that has definitely happened to me as well. So Tim Ferriss is really clearing me up of that.
Yeah, and
I'm really working on maximizing my time. I mean, time is the most expensive thing that you can lose.
Yes.
And never get back. So it's really important to maximize your time. And if you need help with that, please pick up the Tim Ferriss book, 4 Hour Work Week. The other book that I am reading that is Amazeballs, and I talked about it last time, is called The Beginner's Guide to Content Marketing for Small Businesses.
Okay.
And it was recommended by Melinda Emerson, the small biz lady. She's great. She will tell you how to start your business, how to position yourself to start your business in 12 months. So she recommended this book because I really trust what she says.
Right.
And this is all about content marketing. And that's something that you and I have been doing with a lot of the events. We found that people, when they're having some great event, they need media. They need video. They need content, i.e. a blog, or whatever, and videography. And so what this is talking about. And it used to be you could, if you were marketing a product, it's just push it in people's face.
Right.
But that is not working anymore.
People are on sensory overload.
Absolutely.
First of all, there are too many outlets that can happen so quick. Like, we have become the control of our media.
Yes.
Like, that's what social media is about. So if I say I want to be a news reporter, I can be a news reporter with my iPhone, and I can just upload it to Twitter and say, guess what's going on in my neighborhood?
Right.
So it's no longer like a process to do things media-wise. So people are on content and sensory overload. So it's important that you position your product or your service or your book smartly, to get people's attention, to really get their attention, because it's no longer just look at this, buy this, save this, because that's easily passed over. Like, and I always have to put myself in a position of a buyer or somebody that's looking for something, because I'm like, would I click on this? Like, would I really want to genuinely purchase this? And then we help individuals understand what makes their book clickable or sellable and things of that nature in the marketplace. So I think that's always important, because nobody cares anymore.
They don't.
It's too much going on, and I understand. So it's just too much going on. So if you can figure out a way to target your audience in a smart, savvy way, that's when you get your sales. That's when you see the results that you're looking for.
And I think two of the ways that this book particularly talks about that we are implementing, one of them is creating a customer avatar. I had never heard this before, but I think that it's awesome. It's really taking from your target market, and you are literally writing down everything, who this person is, where they shop, what they already bought last week.
Right.
You look at who's buying your product, and then you base your avatar off of that. And then as you are making your call to actions, as you're creating your marketing materials, make it based off of this. Would Johnny, who shops at Walmart between the hours of 5 and 7, that's 6 feet tall, would he want this product that I'm offering? So
if I say that's who my target audience
absolutely
is. Right.
So you have to be able to do that, and I love that. So I would implement that today. You can do that with your book.
Yeah.
By all means.
Definitely. I think we run into the issue with people that says, oh, my market is everybody.
Wrong.
I'm the world. It's for the masses. My book is for the masses. Like, when I hear that phrase, like, it kind of makes me cringe. 'Cause I'm like, you don't understand how much work has to go into you fleshing out this idea, because your book is not for the masses.
It's not. And everyone's not going to like it.
It's for women.
Yes.
First of all.
Right.
And people don't even understand that. Like, women are the consumers.
Absolutely.
So you can't say everybody.
80% of the buying power belongs to women.
Period.
Point blank. And then and if you want to really sell something to a woman, put some shoes on it.
Right.
Shoes
And make it
on
like
anything.
colors that we love.
Purples, greens,
Yeah.
pinks.
Yeah.
If you want to sell it, that's going to be your market.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. The other thing that he talks about is being a resource. And that's another thing we talk to experts about all the time, especially if you're positioning yourself to write a book. So life coaches out there, experts in whatever area or field, if you want to be known for the thing that you do, become a resource for it. So start contributing to the conversation about whatever topic that you are an expert in. Start putting your articles on your website, start submitting articles to other websites based off of that information, and people will start looking for you and they'll start searching out your products.
I think what we encounter a lot too is that people don't understand that just because you write a book, that's not the end all be all.
It's not.
Like, you have to continue working and you have to continue writing, like, because selling books and writing books is something completely different. So you have to be willing to give some free information away beyond your work as an author or the work that you published or produced, because now you have to talk about it.
Yes.
And talking about the book that you wrote is a completely different side of the brain. Like, that's a marketing strategizing side of the brain. Like, how are you going to position this? Who do you want this to go to? And I think that a lot of people miss that, and they're not really ready for how much work goes into being an entrepreneur.
But it's so, if you get it down in the beginning, this is something we need you to hear too.
Exactly.
If you are writing a book, enlist a coach, enlist a vision coach, enlist a marketing expert, even if that's the thing that you spend the most money on.
Right.
Because after you write that, publishing a book is not hard. We can teach you how
That's
to
a
do that
step-by-step
in about
process.
5 minutes. Exactly. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Marketing book is a lot more strategic, and it takes a lot more planning. So you should be preparing to market your book while you're writing your book.
Exactly. Or before you write your book.
Or before you write. Before would be ideal.
Exactly.
But I can't get people to start. So I'm going to just say.
Right, Nadia. Nah, you hit that on the head.
I can't get people to say chapter 1.
Okay.
So.
It was a dark and stormy night.
I can't get that. I can't get a dark and stormy night. So listen, you aspiring entrepreneurs out there. Start that book. And we're going to talk more about that when we come back. We're going to be talking to Paula Foster. Right. I am Affirmations. I'm
excited to hear what
yes. We'll be back in just a few minutes, you guys.
Everyone needs a way to add gold to their financial portfolio. Karat Bars International makes gold affordable to the masses with the freegoldplan.com. Get gold in 24-karat 999.9% pure gold bullion in small, affordable weights. Save your money in gold and even get paid to share with others how to do the same. No broker fees, no setup fees, and with referrals, your gold can be free. Go to thefreegoldplan.com. That's thefreegoldplan.com now.
Stokes and Matthews Media is a boutique media company that specializes in vision coaching, publishing, and marketing for authors, experts, and small business owners. It is the mission of Nadia Matthews and Nicole Stokes to show aspiring writers and seasoned authors how to build lucrative brands using their books as the foundation. Before the company's official launch in September 2014, Stokes and Matthews Media will be offering free online workshops and interviews with industry experts, ebooks, and discounted first-time consultations for individuals who desire to get on the company's 2014-2015 roster. Stokes and Matthews Media is also scouting experienced individuals in the literary publishing, PR, marketing, promotions, and event planning industries to join the team on a freelance and/or internship basis. If you would like to learn more about Stokes and Matthews Media or learn how you can advertise with us, please send a detailed email to info@stokesandmatthews.com StokesandMatthewsMedia.com or visit www.StokesandMatthewsMedia.com. Stokes and Matthews Media, where your project is our passion.
Honey, what are we going to do with all these bills? It doesn't make any sense. We make more than enough money to cover everything, but we're still in a hole.
Let's check out Madam Money.
Madam Money? Who is that?
She is a financial expert who helps people like us set and reach our financial goals.
This is great. With her help, we can do all the things that we talked about.
That's right. Now we can take that vacation we've always wanted and not feel stressed.
Hi, this is Tara Jackson, also known as Madam Money, and I can help you clear up all of your financial dis-eases and those pesky financial STDs.
See, this is why I love you.
Yes, I know.
So check out Madam Money online at tarajackson.com. TARRA Jackson.com.
Val Jones Creative Services. Copywriting, commercial production, imaging for all formats. If your budget is small, then you need to call Val Jones. Val Jones Creative Services. 1-800-947-9392. That's 1-800-947-9392. Don't you think it's time for a new image? Val Jones. Val Jones Creative Services. 1-800-947-9392. Or go to IamValJones.com. Val Jones Creative Services.
Lisa, you've been staring at that computer screen for 30 minutes. What's wrong?
Oh, it's my new marketing campaign. I want to tell people how great my business is, but I don't know what to say. I need copy for the website, newsletters, and brochure, and I'm drawing a blank. Writing just isn't my thing.
My boss had the same problem, and he called Put It in Writing Professional Writing Service.
Put it in writing? What's that?
It's a business just for people who need copywriting, but don't have the budget for the big marketing and PR firms. They help my company tell everyone about the great products and services we offer through our website. And when my cousin recorded his CD, Put It in Writing wrote his bio and press release. They even do resumes.
That's good to know, because I'll be looking for a job if this business doesn't take off.
Don't worry. Call the professionals at Put It in Writing at 901-359-6629 and check out the website at PutItInWriting2.com. That's PutItInWriting2.com.
Are you in need of a dessert for a special event? Maybe a custom birthday cake. I know, it's your wedding day and you want a cake that will stimulate your taste buds and capture and create the memories for that special day. Well, Sweet Destination should be your choice. Let master sweet designer Montevia Gamble create a unique and delicious cake for your special occasion. But that's not all. Sweet Destination also creates other desserts, from cheesecakes, homemade fudge, brownies, cookies, pies, cake pops, cupcakes, and just about anything that you can think of. So check them out at sweetdestinations.com or on Facebook under Sweet Destinations. Remember, the greatest conversations take place on the road to the sweetest destinations of the human mind. So let's do more than business. Let's make memorable moments. We are Sweet Destinations.
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to What's on Your Shelf with Stokes and Matthews Media. Today we are live.
We are
live from 865 Indian Trail Road, Lilburn, Georgia. You guys, y'all have to come out here. If you get your urban passport, I hear you can get $15 off any hair service
at Salon Envy.
Salon Envy. Come on over.
Right.
You get to see us too. Come see
now.
Sharp.
I mean,
right. I need to get something done. Well, some curls or something. I don't know. But yeah. Thank you so much for having us, Salon Envy. They're a great host too.
Yeah, this is our second time here, and I love the atmosphere here.
I come in, they actually give you a hug. They're not giving you the side eye. You ever been to the salon? They give you the side eye.
Of course, I've been
Raggedy.
to the salon, and they give you the side
Oh
eye.
my gosh, and they're so warm. So I love these ladies. You guys got to come out and get your hair did.
Don't do that, Nadia.
Did?
We are writers slinging words
Did
for a living. We can't say did.
All right, Nicole. I have just talked about my books. Now, let me just say this before I ask you what you're reading, okay? Nicole has been just all the way, like, treating me any kind of way this past week.
Okay.
I haven't seen her barely. I mean, maybe I saw you on my birthday. That's why we weren't here last week, you guys. It was my birthday. I'm 33. Whoop, whoop.
She looks good for 33.
Yes, I do.
Even though she thinks she's old, I think that's young.
Yes. So, aside from that, I barely talked to you last week. I have an attitude about it. I feel like I'm going to get free on the radio right now and tell you I've been holding this grudge.
Okay, so allow me to defend myself. Because there is a lot of things going on in my life right now. Good things. Just a lot of promotion. So I've been working on people. I've been working with new clients. I got new contracts. And I'm still here, Nadia. Like, I know you might feel neglected on the friendship tip, but please understand that the business part and aspect is still going forth.
Do you see my side eye?
But the business is all that should matter, right? But we're still friends.
Right.
I love you dearly.
I know you do.
I bought you a gift.
She did.
See, I'm thinking about
other people
you,
came to my brunch with themselves.
See?
Nicole brought a gift.
See?
Can we just put that out in the atmosphere? If you are invited to
I'm not co-signing to this part of it.
If you come,
but I did
if you come to a
gift.
birthday party, bring me something. Okay, stop by the corner store and get me a Snicker bar.
Look, I have nothing to do with that statement. Okay.
Thank you. And then she showed up with Bath and Body Works, which is like one of my favorites.
See, I thought about you.
You love me.
Buying something for me. I said, let me see if I can get her a fragrance.
I think it's because you were, treating me poorly last week, and that's why I got a gift.
Poorly, please stop saying that, Nadia.
So what are you reading, Nicole?
Exactly. So now I can get to what I'm reading. What I'm reading is I'm editing. Like, I'm in full beast mode, editing mode. Like, I'm working on a project that is like literally a year in the making. The guy, he kind of dropped off, but now he's back to wanting the book published by October. So the name of his book is The Fourth Day of November, One Man's Reflections on Life, Love, and Breast Cancer.
Wow.
So basically he's doing like a fictional memoir where it's kind of like he's telling his story about how he married this woman and she ends up having breast cancer and passing away. Ouch. So it's his story. It's autobiographical, but he wants to make it sort of like a fictional tale of his story.
So let me ask you a question. We're actually going to be talking to Paula Foster, and she actually does editing as well.
Okay.
And she's a writer. But I'm wondering, is it hard to write and like is it different parts of your brain that edit and write creatively?
And because I do both, I have to shut off one side of the brain depending on what I'm doing. Because to edit and write at the same time is a surefire way to have a blank page. Like, you have to get it all out at first. And then you leave it alone and you step away from it. And then you go back and edit it, And the time span between those two times, the longer it can be, the better. Because you'll start to see things that jump out at you. Because if you're too close to the project, you're going to always have misspellings, grammatical errors, and things of that nature. Because again, it's two different sides of the brain, and it's actually better to hire an editor outside of yourself. Hire somebody, a different pair of eyes. So I know Paula can definitely help us talk about that later on.
We definitely have to hear from her on that. So what else anything else you reading? Besides my emails that say, "Where are you, Nicole?"
Oh my gosh, Nadia, you trying to make me feel so bad. When I have moments of free time between these editing projects, I continue to read Course of Miracles. I'm reading that, and I'm also reading the Bible.
Are you still reading Untethered? I didn't mean to cut off the Bible. Shout out to Jesus. Are you
really not?
Are you
shout out to Jesus?
Shout out to Jesus.
Big ups to Jesus. We thank you
for what you did for us. Thank you. Okay. Are you still reading? Is it Tattered Soul? Yes,
I am reading that.
Did you bring it for me?
I didn't bring it, and I started to. I'm gonna have to buy you a copy of the
Please?
book. Yeah, you can add it.
Because I was gonna steal your copy and not bring it back anyway.
So my copy because I have notes and stuff in it. But I will buy you a copy. What you want it, paperback or?
Paperback is Kindle version be awesome.
Okay, I'll buy you a copy of that book because it's a must.
Oh, that's so good.
It's a must. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Maybe some of those friends that came to my birthday party on Saturday.
Again,
is that Saturday?
Not co-signing on
no, it was
comment.
Sunday. I'm just gonna put a little note out. Maybe y'all could get a collection together and get me the Untethered Soul since you came to my party with nothing.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, but yes, those are the main things that I'm working on right now, as well as writing content for the Stokes and Matthews Media website.
Wow,
And,
yeah, we have a lot. Stokes
we
and
have a lot of
Matthews
stuff going on.
When we start rolling this stuff out, people are gonna go, "Wow, we are really busy." And both
Exactly.
Nicole and I work businesses outside of our partnership.
Exactly.
I work Grace and Peace. She writes White Space Publishing. And she does photography.
I'm a videographer.
Videography.
Yeah, it's a lot. See, so now I'm happy that she said that, so she knows that I'm not neglecting our relationship.
Exactly.
I'm working. I really
you work
am.
a lot.
I am. I'm like
you work a lot.
Jamaican.
So
shout out to Jamaicans. I'm from South Florida. But, they have 35, 40-plus jobs.
And that's
It's
exactly
all
what
good.
you do. And we're also, you guys will see shortly in the next couple of weeks or so, we're working with Under 30 Following the Vision.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be having their judging brunch. Oh, yeah, their brunch is going to be on the 31st of this month.
Yes.
So please go to Under 30 Following the Vision. It's a magazine and scholarship program. Unfortunately, the nominations are over.
Yeah.
But for those that did have an opportunity to apply, you will know if you have made it through the process. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really great. So aside
I'm
from
excited
doing,
about that.
yeah, that's going to be a lot of that brunch is going to be fly.
It is. Also, Stokes and Matthews Media is going to be at the Decatur Book
Yes.
Festival. We're going to be doing media out there.
Oh
so
my! I am
we're
so
gonna be behind the
I'm
scenes.
stoked.
See, I'm excited about that too. That's like right up my alley.
Yeah, I love talking. I get to talk.
Authors. Yeah, you get
to
talk
everybody.
As you please.
Get people's business cards. I love that.
Oh my
Networking
goodness.
is key whenever you're running a
Oh, yeah.
business. Relationships is how you make things happen. That's
Right.
how I built this. That's how we started to build this radio show, is from the relationship I have with our producer, who is another jack of all trades.
Yes.
He does everything and he's phenomenal. Roy Evans. Whoop whoop, shout out to him. Okay, so we don't want to hold Paula up, because I really want to know all about this editing and what her story is. Awesome. She's been through so many things, and to come to this place where she can write this book and be transparent, because that's really hard.
Oh, yeah.
And we talk
Definitely.
to authors all the time. We want to teach you how to own, write, and share. And most people are stuck at the own because they don't know their story.
Right.
They don't know how to articulate it.
Right.
They don't know how to get it to the world because they're afraid of what people will think. And one of the things I love about just the beginning of her book is her transparency. She comes out and says, I was a victim of this and I survived this. And so I don't want to keep going on because I just could, because I really love what she stands for and I love her platform. So I want to have her come on in. Paula.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for being a guest today. Me and Paula go back since when? Like Paula, like 11th grade.
Don't date us, please. Don't date us.
She said, "Don't put her on blast."
Oh, Paula, you old too. Stop it. We know you old, Paula. It's okay. I'm old with you, girl.
I am not. I am only 21. Let's not get it twisted.
So we have to know. So tell us a little bit about who you. I kind of know a little bit about you. Nicole is the one that doesn't know. So tell us a little bit about you, what you do, and what prompted you to get into the field of writing.
Well, question is, so far, what don't I do? As you stated, I am an editor. And that just was prompted simply because I got tired of reading all these self-published books, or some of them that went through major publishing companies, and I couldn't finish the book because I saw so many errors. And so I was talking with a former business partner, and he was like, why don't you just do it yourself? So that's how that jump started, just because of being tired of reading books. And I'm just like, okay, either they sent this to something digital, or they just didn't bother to pay the extra money to do that. So I edit books. I enjoy it. I also recently started a nonprofit for domestic violence victims because that's my story. I experienced domestic violence for about 3 or 4 years, and it was truly by the grace of God that I got out, because I was told, leave me, I'll have someone here to kill you.
Oh,
so
wow.
I promise you, it was straight prayer for at least a year, and all my prayer was is, Lord, if you help me out. And the day came, I was probably about 9 months pregnant with my youngest child, and for the first time out of many occasions, I was actually able to get out the house. Wow. Normally, I couldn't get close to the door, but I saw that second of hope, and I was gone. And that's been almost 9 years ago. So because of that, a lot of things that I do have been birthed from that, and wanting to let my kids see that there's a different side of just going to work a 9 to 5. I tell them every day, you know, don't be limited by a 9 to 5. Have your own dreams. Go after what you want to do, what makes you happy. So if that means you want to go paint buildings for a living, do it. Right. So that's pretty much in a glimpse of who I am. I do work, again, a 9 to 5. I have 3 beautiful children. Get on my nerves sometimes, but I love them dearly. And, you know, I'm just doing what I do with the book, the editing, and recently the nonprofit that was just birthed a couple months ago.
So I want to know a little bit more about the I Am. Where did that come from for you?
You know, that's a really good question, because now that I think about it, it just came to me one day. And it basically is it's 30 affirmations and a bonus one of just things that, you know, I guess you could say it was birthed out of my past. I don't want to say it just came out of nowhere. But if you really take a deep look at it, it's things that I have been told, other abusers that I know have been told, just other women, period, of telling them who they weren't. So instead of you always hearing who you aren't or seeing on TV a replication of who you aren't, I said, you know what, let me do this to show them who they are. So there's 30 different things in there to reaffirm the true person that's inside, instead of what you're told or what we may see portrayed on TV and in the media and things like that.
I love that. I do have another question, Nicole.
I actually wanted to ask you something, like, because this book is so transparent and it took a lot of you to, you know, you had a come to Jesus moment, so to speak. Like, what do you recommend for other people that want to share their story, but they're fearful? They don't know how to share their story. And what if they're in abusive relationships and can't get out or see enough light to share their story with the world? Do you have any recommendations for them?
Well, I was always told to keep a journal. And this journal probably doesn't have to be anything that anybody else sees. And you have to once you find that one to two people who you know really believe in you and who really have your best interest at heart and are going to support you no matter what. I think that was the ultimate thing for me. I knew I had at least one person in my corner that kept saying, okay, you said you were going to do this. When is it coming out? And they knew my story too. So if you're in an abusive relationship, I highly recommend, you know, it's not easy, but getting out. And once you get out, never be afraid to tell your story, because your story is a testament to that next person who may be going through the situation. And I had to learn that the hard way, because a lot of times I would look and be like, oh, my story means nothing. You know, it is what it is. But then as I began to share it, sometimes just bits and pieces, I was amazed at how many people just began to open up to me and say, you know what, I went through something similar like that. So there's somebody out there who's waiting to hear your story so that they can begin the healing process and the deliverance process so that they can move forward. So if it's nothing more than to help the next person, never be afraid to tell your story. No matter how small you think it is, it's big to somebody out there.
I think that was huge. Just what you said right there. I often tell people the same thing, that it's not about, I know that the pain is there, I know that the hurt is there, but there's someone out there that is hurting as well, and it is your duty and your obligation to help them. Right. Otherwise, they could stay in that relationship. They could die in that place in their life. So they need you. Somebody is listening to that right now. You really need to say, somebody is waiting to hear your story.
And I've also learned in turn that expedites healing for yourself.
Yes, right.
You know, like once you get beyond yourself, and once you allow yourself to share your story, it no longer becomes about you. And then you realize, oh, I've overcome this. You know, you start to get a different perspective on it. And a different perspective brings about healing. So definitely, I love what you said. And I also love the part about having an accountability partner, because so many people forget about that, especially when it comes to writing a book. Like, it's going to be times like, okay, even if you love writing, I love writing, but there are times where I'm like, this is for the birds. I'm not doing this today. I don't feel like
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
But if you have somebody with you saying, when's the book coming out? Where are you? What chapter are you on? You know, things of that nature. It forces you to kind of rise to the occasion. So we definitely recommend at Stokes and Matthews Media having accountability partners, and we can be that for you if need be, you know, but always enlist somebody to kind of coach you on and be your cheerleader. Like, you can do it, it's okay. And you don't realize how important that is until that day you're ready to give up. But then you get that phone call and they're like, how's it going? You can do it.
Right.
What's going on?
Yes.
You know, so that's important.
When I was writing How I Let Her Steal My Husband, when I was writing the portion about my son, it was hard to get through that. I think I cried and stopped about 15 times, and I still skipped that chapter when I even picked the book up, because it hurts so bad. When you were writing this book of affirmations, when you were writing your foreword, did you feel those feelings that you felt in the moment when you made the choice to walk away and you had the strength to walk away? Did all of that come surfacing again, or did you just say, as Nicole was saying earlier, you know what, I'm through this. God has brought me through this. I'm survived and I'm good.
You know what? It was a combination of both, because as I began to write the beginning of it, and I'm thinking about those who I'm thanking in the book and things like that, I'm like, wait, this is about to become a reality. Because before I was just writing the affirmations, but it wasn't until I actually wrote the preface and I was like, oh snap, this is for real. Yes. And then I had that aha moment when I was writing the affirmation on forgiveness. And I always remember the day that I lost my father. It was my 11th birthday, and he just came up missing. And that's been 20 years ago, and I was holding a grudge against him for leaving me that I didn't even realize until I wrote that affirmation. I was like, I have to let him go. Like, I love him. He'll always be in my heart. But as far as holding him responsible for leaving me at such a young age, I can't do that anymore. You know, I have to put on my big girl underwear and face this world and whatever relationships may come or whatever relationships have gone, and face it head on and understand that he's looking down on me and he's proud of the woman that I have become. Because for a while, it would be rough. I had friends laugh at me because I was still, it's 10, 15 years and I was still crying because I miss my dad. But, you know, I still have those emotions. But as far as holding him accountable for leaving this earth, I had to let it go at that moment, and that's when I was done. I had to step back for a minute because I was just sitting there in amazement, like, wow.
Yeah.
So it's been a combination for me.
Nadia and I always tell people that writing is a scary process, and you just kind of hit on that, because the moment you say you're going to publish something, it becomes solidified. So now you're going to open up yourself to a bunch of critics, a bunch of people that don't know your story. That's hard. Exactly. Yes. But you have to be so rooted and so confident in your choice to publish and to write the story that none of that even matters. Like, we always say we want to get you confident in your product, confident in your book, that you can stand up and defend it. So And it relinquishes that control that possible critics can have over you. So
I think that's I own my voice. This is who I am. And I always I said this Sunday at my brunch. I'm 33. The older I get, the less I care what you think.
But I remember Deepak Chopra, he says, what other people think about me is none of my business.
That's true.
It literally, when you get an understanding and an epiphany of that phrase, like, it literally is. What other people think of me is absolutely none of my business.
And it was necessary to write the book the way that you did, Paula, and the transparency and helping women and giving them a voice, because like you said, the TV and media gives you an identity. They say a black woman is this, or a black man is this, or a white man is this, or whatever race or whatever. They give you an identity, and I think it's time for us to take back that authority with the word of God. Don't make me preach. Where is the collection?
She got a hand together. I was about to say,
Jesus.
y'all get some sheets out of something.
but I believe that it's so important to speak the word of God over your life, and that's what this book does. It's the affirmations with the word of God, which he said will not return void. So if you begin to speak those things over your life, you walk that way, you talk that way, you act that way, and everybody sees that.
And it's important to say them aloud. I think so many people miss that aspect of it. They say, okay, I pray, or I say these things in my mind, or I think these things, but it's that hearing yourself say them that really establishes them in the atmosphere. Because if we're going to go to the word, what you shall speak shall be established.
Yes.
You know, so I think it's important for people to always make sure they're saying it aloud, because you hear so many people feed you lies, like you are this, you are that, you are this. But if I say I am, like, that's a powerful statement, first of all, to pick that as a title. When you say I am and then finish it with beautiful, or I am worthy, or I am, you know, whatever it is, like, that's powerful. Like, there's a shift that happens in your mentality and in your emotional state and in your emotional being. And I just think a lot of, especially women, like, we miss that. Like, we have to get from the point of just being force-fed our identity, and really, like Nadia said, taking back that authority and saying,
Paula,
this is who I am.
Where did you get the title I Am? How did that happen for you?
Again, in conversation with someone. And it was just a matter of declaring who I am. And it's funny because I hear it so much now. I'm like, ooh, is that part 2? Is that in the next level? So yeah, but I think it's one of the strongest beginnings of an affirmation that one can have.
Wow. Because
you can say, I can, I will, but when you begin to actually declare, I am this,
you own it.
You know, you own it. And not only do you own it, but when you speak that thing over you, like you were saying, when you speak it over you, I am beautiful, I am worthy, I am forgiven, I am not who they say I am. When you begin to say those, like, I am, just give you this boldness of, you know what, she right, I am this. This is who I am, and you begin to change your mindset, and you begin to say, you know what, I'm not who they showing on TV. And that was another thing. Like, I watch reality TV, and it's for my comic relief. But at the same token, I'm taking in some things and saying, wait a minute. Some of these people actually believe this when they watch it. So let's try to begin to change the direction of our thoughts.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's the strongest that you can get. When you can always say, I will be this, or I shall do this. But when you actually say, I am a millionaire, please believe that's where I'm headed, because I've already spoken over myself. I am a millionaire, which means I'm there. I may not see it right now, but when I speak it like that, I already know where I'm headed and who I'll be in the near future.
I love that. I love that, Paula. I love it. Give us just one moment. We are here live at Salon Envy, 865 Indian Trail Road. Just hold on, Paula. We are not done with you. We want to talk to you about what's next, what you're doing, and also what are you reading?
Right.
We got to talk to you about what you are reading right now. So when we come back, we're going to talk all about it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be right back with What's on Your Shelf with Stokes and Matthews Media.
Everyone needs a way to add gold to their financial portfolio. Carrot Bars International makes gold affordable to the masses with the freegoldplan.com. Get gold in 24-karat 999.9% pure gold bullion in small, affordable weights. Save your money in gold and even get paid to share with others how to do the same. No broker fees, no setup fees, and with referrals, your gold can be free. Go to thefreegoldplan.com. That's thefreegoldplan.com now.
Stokes and Matthews Media is a boutique media company that specializes in vision coaching, publishing, and marketing for authors, experts, and small business owners. It is the mission of Nadia Matthews and Nicole Stokes to show aspiring writers and seasoned authors how to build lucrative brands using their books as the foundation. Before the company's official launch in September 2014, Stokes and Matthews Media will be offering free online workshops and interviews with industry experts, ebooks, and discounted first-time consultations for individuals who desire to get on the company's 2014-2015 roster. Stokes and Matthews Media is also scouting experienced individuals in the literary publishing, PR, marketing, promotions, and event planning industries to join the team on a freelance and/or internship basis. If you would like to learn more about Stokes and Matthews Media or learn how you can advertise with us, please send a detailed email to info@stokesandmatthewsmedia.com or visit www.stokesandmatthewsmedia.com. Stokes and Matthews Media, where your project is our passion.
Honey, what are we going to do with all these bills? It doesn't make any sense. We make more than enough money to cover everything, but we're still in a hole.
Let's check out Madam Money.
Madam Money? Who is that?
She is a financial expert who helps people like us set and reach our financial goals.
This is great. With her help, we can do all the things that we talked about.
That's right. Now we can take that vacation we've always wanted and not feel stressed.
Hi, this is Tara Jackson, also known as Madam Money, and I can help you clear up all of your financial diseases and those pesky financial STDs.
See, this is why I love you.
Yes, I know.
So check out Madam Money online at tarajackson.com. TARRA Jackson.com.
Val Jones Creative Services. Copywriting, commercial production, imaging for all formats. If your budget is small, then you need to call Val Jones. Val Jones Creative Services. 1-800-947-9392. That's 1-800-947-9392. Don't you think it's time for a new image? Val Jones. Val Jones Creative Services. 1-800-947-9392. Or go to IamValJones.com. Val Jones Creative Services.
Lisa, you've been staring at that computer screen for 30 minutes. What's wrong?
Oh, it's my new marketing campaign. I want to tell people how great my business is, but I don't know what to say. I need copy for the website, newsletters, and brochure, and I'm drawing a blank. Writing just isn't my thing.
My boss had the same problem, and he called Put It in Writing Professional Writing Service.
Put it in writing? What's that?
It's a business just for people who need copywriting, but don't have the budget for the big marketing and PR firms. They help my company tell everyone about the great products and services we offer through our website. And when my cousin recorded his CD, Put It in Writing wrote his bio and press release. They even do resumes.
That's good to know, because I'll be looking for a job if this business doesn't take off.
Don't worry. Call the professionals at Put It in Writing at 901-359-6629 and check out the website at PutItInWriting2.com. That's PutItInWriting, the numeral 2.com.
Are you in need of a dessert for a special event? Maybe a custom birthday cake. I know, it's your wedding day and you want a cake that will stimulate your taste buds and capture and create the memories for that special day. Well, Sweet Destination should be your choice. Let master sweet designer Montevia Gamble create a unique and delicious cake for your special occasion. But that's not all. Sweet Destination also creates other desserts, from cheesecakes, homemade fudge, brownies, cookies, pies, cake pops, cupcakes, and just about anything that you can think of. So check them out at sweetdestinations.com or on Facebook under Sweet Destinations. Remember, the greatest conversations take place on the road to the sweetest destinations of the human mind. So let's do more than business. Let's make memorable moments. We are Sweet Destinations.
Hey, you guys, we are back. It is Stokes and Matthews Media with What's on Your Shelf. Today we are at Salon Envy. Yes,
Yeah,
whoop
crying and
whoop.
dying and laying to the
Yes, Shar is here, y'all, and it's $15 off any hair service with your Urban Passport.
You can't beat that.
You can't beat it, and actually, it's on Roy's page.
Yeah.
Roy Evans' page. You can get your Urban Passport because you need it. Don't come in here expecting $15 off and you don't have your Urban Passport.
Well, you said, Nadia, that we
I'm gonna turn you around at the door. Come over here and get your hair did. That's all I'm saying. All right, we have Miss Paula Foster on the line, author, editor, nonprofit leader,
evangelist.
I'm telling you,
she is really preaching through this book.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm over here slaying in the spirit. Exactly. I got to wake back up. Wake up now.
We both going in the word over here.
we getting our soul fed today.
Exactly.
We don't usually do that because we cut up most of the time.
We try to keep it kind of kosher. But
yeah.
Sometimes you got to go.
Sometimes you just need to bring the spirit on in this thing.
You got to go.
You got to bring it. Y'all need to come down here and get your hair done for real. You're gonna have some anointed hair because all this talking. We talking about Jesus. You gonna be anointed when you leave this place. All right, Paula. We have to know, what are you reading right now?
Well, I just picked up T.D. Jakes' Instinct.
Awesome book.
Yes, I heard it's very awesome, so I can't wait to dive into that. As well as I can see the book, but I can't think of the name.
Isn't that how it is? It's like that. You're gonna love Instinct. Have you even started it yet?
No, I literally just picked it up.
That's gonna be worth the investment. Definitely. Now, have you read it yet, Nicole?
I'm on chapter 15. I haven't finished it yet.
I recommend books like T.D. Jakes' books are really best read or heard.
Okay.
Because he's not on the Audible version, but his book is kind of hard, you guys. And I have heard people who have read just the book, and I don't know if I can get, because you know how he talks. Yeah. It's just, woo. You need a dictionary while you read it.
And actually, I was going to say I recommend, I only read one chapter at a time. You know, some books you can kind of it's a page turner. This is a page turner, but I recommend reading one chapter and then having a Selah moment. So you could take it all in, digest what he just said, and then, kind of get the epiphany or the revelation behind what he was saying. So I recommend it that way. But it's an awesome, awesome
You're
book.
gonna love it. Now tell us, I know, Paula, you having a huge event coming up, the Purple Tie Monologues. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Please tell me about that. Tell me the vision behind it, how we can go and get tickets, what you still need. I need to know.
Okay, so the Purple Tie Monologues, again, it was birthed last year, but me being disobedient and fearful, I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But what it is it's a evening of education through the arts. So what we have are 6, I like to put in quotation marks, speakers, because they're not your average speakers. They're not getting up lecturing. They are actually going to take you down memory lane, and you will actually relive that moment with them for about 10 to 15 minutes.
Wow.
And they're writing their own monologues because, like I told one young lady, I can't write your story, only you can. So we have 2 coming for sexual abuse. We have 2 for domestic violence. We have 1 for HIV and AIDS. And we also have another young lady that's coming on behalf of human trafficking.
Wow.
And I don't know if you all have heard of her, but Dorsey Jones is a huge human trafficking advocate here in Atlanta. And her story started when she was maybe 11 or so.
Wow.
Of different things, of how she pitched from city to city just trying to survive. I mean, it's awesome. And she's a sweetheart, too. Another young lady is Kenyetta York. She is when I say author for days, that child has more books than days in a month, feels like. And she speaks on sexual abuse. The young lady that's coming to speak on AIDS, actually, a piece of her story is she actually is living with HIV that she was given to by her partner, and she had no idea. And she's not the only one that he's done this to.
Oh,
wow.
So, yeah, and I also have a spoken word, a mother-daughter spoken word duo. Both of which, if I'm not mistaken, have experienced some form of domestic violence, whether it was witnessing it or being a part of it. So when the mom saw me posted when I was initially looking for things, she hit me up and was like, "You thought about having a spoken word artist?" And I was like, "No, but you have the position."
I know that's right.
And I've heard some of her things, very powerful, as well as her daughter. So they are coming. It's open to ages 12 and up. We're right now in the process of trying to sponsor as many children as we can. The only thing that we ask is that at least the parents or the chaperones purchase tickets. Tickets are $20. It's going to be held October 18th from 5 to 8. We have a few vendor slots still available. Vending is only $50, and you'll get the table, the chairs, and all of that. So what we really need right now is we need the support of Atlanta and surrounding areas to come out and truly show these awesome young women who don't mind sharing their story that Atlanta has their back. If nobody else has their back, Atlanta has their back.
What was the location?
Also working,
I didn't hear that part.
Where is it?
Huh?
Where is it going to be?
It's going to be at the Staybridge Suites, which is in Hateville, right by the airport. Very convenient. As soon as you get off on Virginia Avenue, it's right there. And we're also working with, I don't know if you all have heard of STAND Inc. They're actually an organization that helps to, quote unquote, rehabilitate the abuser.
Oh.
So I'm going to reach back out to him to see if he's had an opportunity for at least one male to come out and be a part of the event. Because like I told him, we always hear the woman's side and how, she went through it, she overcame, which is wonderful. But it would be awesome to hear from the male point of view where, yeah, I was hitting her, I did this because of this, but I now see the error of my ways.
Wow.
Type of deal.
And I think that that's great, because I always think that it's always two sides to a story. And I know that a lot of men that hit come from homes that they were hit,
right?
And nobody, right. and throwing them in jail cannot be the only answer, because they go in with the disease. You know what I mean? Right. They go in with the condition, and they're not getting the help that they need. So I think that's great that you have reached out to them. How much success has this organization had with rehabilitating men back into in relationships or in society or whatever?
They've had a nice success. I didn't realize they had been around as long as they have been. They're actually right here in Decatur. So they've had, I didn't really ask the exact details, but I know another young lady who supports them. I was actually trying to get her to come, a young lady by the name of Christy Sims. She was on Fox 5 as well. Her boyfriend, husband, whoever, actually threw acid on her face.
Wow.
So because she's going through so many surgeries and things like that, they said it probably wasn't the best time. But I saw her post about it one day. So I was like, okay, if she supports it, considering what she's been through, they must be one awesome organization. So I really didn't get the details of their success rate. So, yeah, I really don't have that right now.
Paula, can you tell us the website or a phone number that people can contact or visit to get more information about this event that's coming up?
If they go to fostering-hearts.org, there's a page on there strictly for Purple Tie Monologues, and it tells you more about the event. It tells you if you want to we're trying to put together a souvenir program. So even if you say, I can't come out to vend, or I won't be able to make it that night, if you just want to send a congratulatory message or say, I support you, their form is there to place an ad in the program, as well as a link to get your tickets, as well as do vending. I tried to make this as easy and efficient as possible. So if you go to our website at fostering-hearts.org, Purple Tie Monologues, it is all there.
Awesome. Well, Paula, we thank you so much for joining us today and talking about your book, and definitely inspiring us and keeping us, focused on who we really are, and helping and inspiring other women as well. Hopefully Nadia and I can come out to that event and see what's going on, and support.
Maybe we can write maybe we can write an article.
Yeah, do something about that.
Would you be available? Would that be okay with you, Paula, if we came out and wrote something that we can offer you to put on your website?
That's fine.
Okay. Great.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much. And your book is available on Amazon, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Amazon, paperback, Kindle, and it's also on Nook. And if you're in Atlanta and just want to meet me face to face and get an autographed copy, you can do that too. You just go to my editing website, which is literarygifting.com, and there's a page on there to order the book, and I will be glad to hand deliver and autograph that book for you. Or if you're not in Atlanta, you just say, hey, I would love an autographed copy. Same process. I don't mind. I tend to put a inspiration and then sign my name, so it's not just, just her signature. I did all this. No, you get an encouraging message as well. So.
Awesome, Paula. Thank you again for reaching out to us. And you, like I said, we'll have a playback of this as well for you to listen to. But your movement is awesome, and you really inspire us today. So thank you again for calling with us.
Thank you for having me.
No problem.
I've enjoyed it.
Awesome. Well, again, this is What's on Your Shelf with Stokes and Matthews Media. It has been, our producer wants to say something.
Well, hello there. she just kind of dropped that. Our producer wants to say something. No, we want to send a special shout out to Michelle Honore and MRH Design Faces. They do spas, beauty, and personal care, all that kind of stuff. They were at our event this weekend. We're going to be doing some stuff with them. So make sure you check them out on Facebook. That's MRH Design Faces, or Designs Faces, I'm sorry. MRH Designs Faces on Facebook. Michelle Honore. So thank you again. You guys will definitely be hearing more about them on the network and getting some stuff going. So, hey, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to be nosy, kind of bring some personal stuff. When was the last time you went home? When you headed home?
Last time I've been home, it has probably been, I was at the top of this year.
Oh, okay.
I went to, in January, I went there to get my tooth pulled.
Okay, yeah, I ain't been back in a long time.
See? You try to put me on blast, and you ain't been back in the neighborhood. They want to know where you are. I've been home. But no, I was going to say me and West Palm Beach have a love-hate relationship, but it's all good. I didn't want to put that out on the radio, but I already did now.
All right, I am back. Now, we actually have a book.
Yes.
That we wrote, just a short little ebook.
It's powerful, though.
It is powerful. That thing is just jam-packed with information. We wanted to help people sell their books, because that is the number one question we get. I wrote this book. I finished this book. Now, what the heck do I do now?
Right.
And so it's 15 crazy ways to sell your book, and 5 ways you never thought of. Right. And the 5 ways are on they're on an
MP3.
Audible, MP3. MP3. So you'll have to email us to get that, but it is available on SlideShare. And today we wanted to kind of go through at least 2 of them, 2 or 3, because a lot of times people don't know how to implement it. You read it, but you have no idea how to implement it. So, yeah, we're probably not going to go over those 3 because
no, we're going to go over them. I was just saying, I'm sorry, we were answering the question off of the
radio. We were asking the question.
No, one of them was turning your book into offering what is it called when you an excerpt from your book?
Oh, yes.
On the audio. Like, people love audiobooks, and sometimes people can't read. So if you offer an excerpt of your book, like as a kind of a teaser, that kind of can help you draw in audiences. And people want to know, well, how do I do that? But there are so many like free apps out there nowadays. You can record on your phone. You can record on what is that thing called?
SoundCloud is available.
SoundCloud, but YouTube is the main one that people forget. Like, all you have to do to make a recording on YouTube or a podcast on YouTube is to just put a picture up there and then like have a still and then have your voice recorded. So it could be a still of your face or it could be a still of your book cover. Mm-hmm. And then, just have people listen to that as a teaser. And then don't forget to put at the end of it, like, when the book is going to be released, if you want more, here's a website that you can visit, and also just link to where they can purchase the book. So that's one of the ways that we definitely do it.
And I think the other part of that is, listen, if you don't have a voice that sounds good, please, let's just be honest. Everyone can't read out loud. So if you have a friend that has a great voice, say, please, can you please record this excerpt from my book?
And make sure you're like not in the wind or you're not muffled. You know, try to get as clean of recording as you can, because I think the whole point is to present yourself as a professional. So if you're in one of these little, like you sound like you're in a tunnel or everything is muffled or it's very windy, people aren't going to necessarily want to buy your book regardless of how great it may be. So I always recommend to do it as professional as possible and find out these freebies. There are lots of free sites out there for you to get your excerpt out there in the marketplace. So what's another one, Nadia?
Schedule an online hangout.
Oh, yeah.
This is our favorite one.
Yeah, we love that.
We love that. Tell people that you're going to talk about your book. Get a group of people, and they can all do it from the comfort of their homes. That's the big thing. Now, book signings are not as popular as they were, 2 to 3 years ago, because you don't know what type of return you're going to have on a book signing. So if you're low on funds, but you are really motivated and passionate about your book, then I think scheduling an online hangout, you can do that through Google.
Exactly.
We have an example of that, the Authorpreneur Roadmap to Success. That I would consider that to be a very successful online hangout that we had with experts about their process of writing. So schedule it, talk to people, promote it. I always say give yourself 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the type of event. So if you're going to do a hangout, I would say maybe 2 to 3 weeks of advance notice or promotion via social media, via email, newsletter, things like that. Those are great ways to get the message out about your book.
And don't get overwhelmed. Like, it doesn't have to be something that's extremely long, but 30 minutes. Gather, and even if you don't have people in the actual chat with you, you can collect questions that people have about the book. And if they haven't even read your book yet, you can start telling them about your writing process and how you got through it. So there's always something to talk about. And I think a lot of people get hung up when they're new authors. They're like, well, people haven't read my book, so they won't have questions about it. But then you can always talk about your writing process, because there are so many people out there that say, I want to write a book. How did you do it? So they'll be inspired by your story if you just share that aspect with them. So yeah.
Great. All right, we our last one is going to be request sponsored giveaways.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
This is a really, really good one. You are not in this process alone. There are other people that want to get the message out about their product or their service. So connect with them, contact them, say, hey, listen, I'm doing a giveaway. I want to give my book away, and I'd like to give something to you as well. People love to hear their name or see their name. So do that, share the spotlight with someone else. And what I always say is that will give you not only access to their people, but it also gives them access to your fan base as well.
Exactly.
So it is a mutual beneficial relationship.
And cross promotion is always key in anything, because you just automatically doubled the size. So even if it's just two extra people, those are 2 extra people that you would have never reached. So, and then also on the consumer end of it, you're beefing up your package, because you're saying you're getting my book plus this, and everybody likes something free. So
I love free things.
Exactly.
Nadia is the queen of free. Can I get my hair done for free? No, that wasn't the time.
That is
too soon. Too soon?
Too soon.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But yes. If you offer free products, people will be more apt to purchase your book, because they say, oh, and I get this in addition to that. So sponsored products, like she said, is always a good thing. And I think you guys need to just go ahead and download this book, because it's really jam-packed. It's like 15 crazy ways to sell your book. So it's not going to be those things you've heard about. It's not about just putting it on KDP. It's not about calling or finding your
Facebook
network.
Post.
Right.
Just
It's
make
not
a Facebook post.
They're really like innovative things that Nadia and I sat down and we brainstormed creative ways and things that we've used and that we've seen work. So
yes, and
we wanted to
because we're
share that with
authors,
you. Exactly.
You know, so we are the same. Listen, we're the same boat you guys are. We just understand both sides of the process, but we're there with you. We're selling our books. I get a commission check, and mine's coming on the 28th. Nicole, when is yours coming?
I don't know. I gotta look at the date.
You
now.
see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We are there, right there with you. We are writers, and I think that's the best part about Stokes and Matthews Media is we're not only helping you bring your book to fruition, but we are working on our own projects at the same time.
You better believe it, and it's coming from a place of truth. So
yes,
you can definitely trust us that we know what we're talking about because we have a track record of our own.
Yes,
and we've done it. We've been there. We've done that. We've gone through the trials and the tribulations of self-publishing. We've gotten it done. So you can at least say that we know how to get through the pits when you hate writing.
Yes,
like that you can at least say about us because we both have. You have numerous. I have 2 books under my belt that I've
got
published.
5
books.
I think it's 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then you
I think after 2,
on a whole bunch of them too.
yeah,
so
after 2, I'm like,
okay, she's a serial writer. It's okay, but we've done it, and we've done it successfully. So, what else do we have? We have some other stuff coming up. Oh, we have another book that's getting ready to drop. We have an anthology that we're working on right now.
This book changed my life.
Yes.
That's the title. And
we've gathered a whole bunch of people and interviewed them and asked them, what was the book that you read that changed your life? Because I think that's important to share that with other people because then it'll get other people reading because reading is fundamental, people, if you don't want to believe it or not. But having that out there, like these people that are there, these are big time people. And to hear about what they wrote about, what they're reading and what inspired them to start their business or go on their journey or, live the life that they always dream of, I think it's an awesome avenue. So this book changed my life. Look out for that. Possibly, hopefully by the end of the year, we should have it done.
Ooh, Lord, we have a lot to do.
We do.
We have a lot to do.
This is what we do, though, Nadia.
We love it. I love it.
We can sit here and do this all day.
Yes, yes.
Exactly, it's our passion.
And we have another hangout.
Oh, yeah.
Coming too. It will be mid-September.
Yeah.
We will have Yolanda Lattimore with Dryer Buzz.
Yes.
She's going to come and talk to you about how to build buzz for your book. You do not want to miss that. That's going to be a great conversation from a media personality. And I think that from the horse's mouth, that's what you need.
Exactly.
You do not want to miss that interview. You guys.
And these are free resources, people.
Yes.
So you don't have any excuse. Well, I didn't know. I didn't understand. And we're not asking you to go research it yourself. We're actually giving it to you. Here it is. Click the link and listen and then do. So there's no excuse. And that's really what we're trying to do is lower the learning curve so that excuses are not an option. They're not an option. So
I've had so much fun today, Nicole.
I have too.
Except for when my daughter's school just called me to run away for a second.
Oh, no. Well,
sadness.
Everything's okay.
Yeah, whatever. It has been so great, you guys. We will be here again next week, next Wednesday, and we will be talking about what we're reading. Hopefully, I'm done with all my books and I'm on a new set.
Hopefully, I'm done with editing so I can really
so you can stop neglecting me.
I can get back to my reading for pleasure.
Yes. Oh, just one more shout out. We definitely have to shout out Nicole Rice.
Oh yeah, she joined the team.
Yes, we are very excited. We just got a new baby to the Stokes and Matthews Media family. She is a YA author.
Yes.
She's the author of Shorties. We interviewed her a couple of weeks ago, so you can actually look online on YouTube on our channel, Stokes and Matthews Media, and you can see that interview. She also has another book called The Legacy.
Yes.
And The Legacy, the second installment to that book will be coming out. I think it's October 14th.
Yes, The Missing.
The Missing will be coming out. So, and you guys will see a lot of things from her. She's a great, great writer. Your high schoolers can read her book.
Yes.
That was big because I know a lot of YA writers really need to say college.
Right.
Because my high schooler would never read some of this stuff.
They're saying.
But this is authentically a YA book. So it's going to be really great. And I can't wait.
Nadia, I want to mention we have books for giveaways. So,
we do.
If you call in or you hit us up on Facebook, follow us on Facebook. And we're probably going to have some type of trivia question that we ask you to answer. And then you could win a free copy of The Legacy.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be great. Did you bring my copy?
I didn't bring your copy.
See, Nicole, let me tell y'all something.
Listen,
I'm soliciting a new host. Sing your applications to Nadia Matthews at yahoo.com. I'm sick of this.
That's how we do it now? Okay, no problem.
It's going to be Matthews Media. Okay, you guys, I cannot wait to talk to you next week. We look forward to talking to you. Thanks so much for tuning in to What's on Your Shelf with Stokes and Matthews Media. Have a wonderful day. Your project is definitely our passion. Have a great one.